A gruesome story we're following out of Fulton County, Georgia, as a family of a man who died in a bed-bug-infested jail cell is renewing their calls for justice after releasing the results of an independent autopsy. I want to take you out right now to Deidre Dukes, our Fox 5 reporter there on the ground. Deidre, what did we learn today, and maybe what is the family saying about this gruesome death there at that jail?
Yeah, several new details revealed as attorneys called the Fulton County Jail a torture chamber during that news conference this afternoon. This attorneys joined by the family and their supporters at the state capitol this morning. They said that the autopsy results do prove, in their words, that the jail staffers were guilty of willful neglect. Now, Lashawn Thompson was schizophrenic, and attorneys say that in his mental state he was not able to take care of himself, saying that was the staffers' responsibility.
We now know what caused Lashawn Thompson to die, and it was criminal negligence.
Attorneys for Lashawn Thompson's family say the independent autopsy confirmed that he was, in their words, neglected to death.
It confirms that this is one of the most deplorable in-custody deaths in the history of America.
The 35-year-old was schizophrenic and was being held in the jail's psychiatric wing. He died in September of 2022, 3 months after being arrested on a misdemeanor battery charge in Atlanta. Thompson's body was discovered in a filthy jail cell covered in bedbugs and other insects.
He was thrown in that cell in the mental health ward and left there to die.
The Fulton County Medical Examiner's Office listed Thompson's cause of death as undetermined, but Dr. Randy Mitchell, head of forensic pathology at Howard University, found Thompson died of complications due to severe neglect, which led to fatal cardiac arrhythmia.
The major contributing cause, untreated, decompensated schizophrenia, dehydration, malnutrition, severe body insect infestation, and the manner of death is homicide.
Attorneys say Thompson was unable to care for himself due to his diminished mental state and allege he went without food, liquids, and medication. Thompson's family is struggling to come to grips with the horrific circumstances surrounding his death.
It's enough that the bed bugs and lice sat there and ate my brother to death, but the neglect hurts me the most. That in 2023, that we'll see people leave people, let them torture, let them rot in the cell. That hurts me the most.
Now, in addition to calling for criminal charges to be filed against those jail staffers who were in charge of caring for Mr. McCrae's brother, they also want this jail shut down, something the Fulton County Sheriff, the current sheriff, also supports. He also is calling for the building of a new jail. The county commissioners have approved some money to make temporary repairs here and to provide for some additional things that the sheriff has asked for. But as of now, there's been no word of anyone here as far as commissioners or anyone else in the county leadership also calling for a new jail in this instance. So as it stands right now, the family also today saying that they want to talk to the governor, to Governor Brian Kemp, because they are saying that mental illness should not be criminalized, and they want and are pursuing full funding of mental health care at some point in the state. So they are asking to meet with the governor to discuss that. No word from the governor's office. We reached out to them and have not heard back as to whether or not there'll be a meeting with the family anytime soon. That's latest here in Atlanta. Back to you.
Thank you so much. And I do have to ask you a question, because some of those details just make your skin crawl, just with the amount of pictures and the bedbug infestation. What are the major differences, though, between the independent autopsy and the medical examiner's autopsy? How much differing opinions are there in these two?
Well, the Fulton County Medical Examiner's report, the cause of death was ruled undetermined, so it was not specifically confirmed that, in fact, the infestation of, the bed bug bites and the other insects, which frankly covered Mr. Thompson's body from head to toe was a very disturbing scene, to say the least. The medical examiner's office did not indicate that that contributed to or was a cause of death, but the family here with this independent autopsy saying that it very much was so, a cause that did in fact lead to the ultimate cause of death, which they determined involved the heart issues there.
All right, and my final question around this certainly very tragic situation. You talked about them bringing people to justice for this. Are there plans to file a maybe civil lawsuit? Because when we hear from Ben Crump, sometimes that revolves around. Is there any plans for the family to do that?
Well, the family has made it clear since they first spoke with us several weeks ago that, in their words, they want the county to do the right thing. That would, of course, mean settling without it having to go to a lawsuit. There's been no indication that the county is moving in that direction early in, now that the family has gone public with the situation here. But again, attorneys saying that they are prepared to file a suit, but they don't want it to have to go to that, saying that this family has been through so much already, just with all of the information that's come out and been revealed about the way Mr. Thompson died.
All right, thank you so much for your reporting. Certainly a disturbing and what Ben Crump calls a deplorable death there as well. We appreciate your reporting as always here on Live Now from Fox.